So we said we're holding in Likutei Halachot. We can move all this stuff from over there if you want.
Browser if you see?
Likutei Halachot Kedusha deSidra. Based on the Likutei pay base. So we said when somebody does deSidra, shelo deSidra, and when a person takes the melucha for himself, then it's shelo deSidra. And when a person connects the Metzias to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the melucha to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, then the shelo deSidra becomes deSidra, and he
Open is going to be a breeze?
There'll be also noise from the buses. It's a give and take. But if you want, you can, if you sit over there, you turn the fan directly to you.
No, it goes.
It goes to you. Okay,
Yeah.
so. So we said the B'chinas deSidra is called Yud. The Yud Vav Daled, whereas the Yud represents Kodesh Baruch Hu, the Chochmah. The Daled at the end represents the Malchus. Because we said, sorry about that. That was here in my tongue. שב איתנו, תלמד. Whereas the Dalet represents the Malchus, called Dalet Delesh La Migalmo Klum, that doesn't have anything of its own. So when the Yud is subservient to the Chochmah, to the Yud, and it's deSidra, it's Yud Vav Daled. But when a person takes the Malchus to himself, b'fchinas ana emlach, I'm going to be the one ruling the roost, then he switches the order. And the Dalet comes first, and the Yud goes last. Instead of the heart being subjugated to the mind, allowing the mind to pave the trail of what's right and wrong, the heart is the leader, and the mind is the heart's lawyer and PR department, explaining why the whims of the heart are actually good. That's the right thing to do. Because it's enlightened and it's chula v'chula v'chula. So what happens is, then when a person takes the Malchus himself, the Dalet comes first, and the Yud comes last. After the person did the Lishtisim, then the mind has to give the teritz of why it's the right thing to do. So he turns Yud to Davai. Davai means pain, means whoa. Lef kol vav Davai. But when a person, I don't need it, it's okay. Make it to you, to yourself. Make it to yourself. You and Eli need it most. I'm Asher Shalesecha. I'm here. I'm fine. And Rabbeinu says, this is days of Rotzah in Moshe Rabbeinu came up to get the Luchas Achronos and open the Derech Vushal Rabbim. And the way he did it is by connecting himself to the lowest person in Am Yisrael, in Ayim Echeinam Sifrecha, as we said. Yakel Moshe was gathering together all Am Yisrael, even the lowest of the low, anybody. And that's what he says, Kulo Sagyachdov, even when I see somebody from Yisrael that is Sag, Mikol Vakol Kol, is totally, the Shem Sag, as that's the name, Kodesh, that is Mechaya, all those that fall of Yiddishkeit. As Rabbeinu says in Torah Vav, the Sag Bechirik, that's the lower Nekuda, that's the Bekias Veshov. This is the proficiency of what to do when things don't go well. When it says, Ki yesh b'chinas elokus afilu b'tiyot ha'tachtoino, there is godliness even in the lowest place that there is. Va'afilu b'asoro kisre demasavusa, even in the lowest level of tumor, there's godliness in it. V'kayem malchus, b'kol mashalo. Kadosh Baruch Hu's malchus is absolutely everywhere. Zeh b'chinas chirik. This is in Torah Vav also. This is the chirik. On the Aleph, Moshe Kosuv, u'v'chirik, in Tikkun Ezo, v'chirik, v'anchos haro latato. The chirik is to put it all the way down, lamlich lo al tatoin, to be mamlich the Kodesh Baruch Hu, to crown the Kodesh Baruch Hu over the bottom feeders, the dwellers of the bottom of the ocean, the bottom of the cesspool, the lowest creatures. Nimtza shel hapochas b'Yisrael, the lowest one in Am Yisrael, yesh bo bevadai ez elokus, there is some godliness in him. Al dei zeh, ani yechol להיות ito b'yachdav. That's how I can be together with him. The kuloi sag, yachdav, together. But Moshe Rabbeinu had another attribute. Ki kol ma she'ala lemala yoser elyono, the higher Moshe Rabbeinu got, he found there Elokim. Elokim is the Gvuris, right? It says, Kusag Yachdov is, in other words, the more he went up, he said Elokim, Moshe Ala Elokim. Because Begashmis we see when a person is in Dachkes, he has no money, he has problems, whatever it is, he's over Hashem, he knows Hashem. But the minute he goes up in the world, he becomes rich, he becomes comfortable, he forgets HaKadosh Baruch Hu. David the Melech said, even in the Shemaim, I'll be as high as the heavens themselves. Yesh HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is there. In every aliyah, you have to find HaKadosh Baruch Hu, no matter how you go. We see Elisha Acher went up to the Rakia, he went up to the Shemaim. One of the four that went up, into the palace. And you see that the Kofa Ba'ikar totally became a total heretic. Because Adob, the more a person goes up, the closer he is to Elokus, And because all the goodness is just Hashem's divinity, Hashem's Elokus. As we see the Hefech. Nevertheless, reality, you see exactly the opposite. What happens is that when a person becomes rich, he forgets HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You should know that, so how can it be? HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the essence of goodness. You come closer, so things go well to you. In other words, you get goodness and you forget Hashem. Something's got to give, huh?
Because you think you build yourself up, it's not Hashem.
So but why do you get that? I mean, you're closer to Elokus, supposedly should see more Hashem. So he says that this is, there's a certain kind of blindness allows him to say, I'm the one who did it. While you're going along the way, you realize it wasn't you. But then when you get it, suddenly it becomes you. I'm the best three-point shooter around. I be the top dog. Well, allows you to look at things that way. When Yitzchak became old, his eyes dimmed from sight. Why? Because he got closer to the divine light. So the light dims the eyes. When it's harsh light, it hurts the eyes. And like if a person looks at the sun, then the sun hurts his eyes. But what there is, the Rebbe says, the B'china Segol. Those who learn Torah Vav realize how much this Torah has to do with Torah Vav. Sag, Chirik, Kaso, Segol, all those B'chinas. And it says, but we have, before we say the Chirik is to be Malach Kodesh Baruch Hu down. You have Sag v'Segol, as it says, the Segol, you ben tren drawing the Malka, the Segol is between the two arms of the king. It says, Sakosi chapi alecha, I will, the Baruch Hu says, I'm going to protect you with the palm of my hand. As we learned yesterday. It says, Yud is the Chochmah, and it says, Vatashas alai kapecha, and he says, what is it? The pshat is that kapecha is Yud, because when you take kapecha, the Zohar says, al tikra kapecha means your palm, and chafecha, the ot chaf, because Yud vav daled gematria chaf, 20, 10. And 6 and 4. So when you reach Yud properly, you are not only going up, but you're also creating the protective sunscreen, so to speak. The chapecha that will prevent you from gazing at too much light, that will make you blinded, so that you'll make mistakes. What does he say? When Moshe Rabbeinu says to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, show me your covet, Hashem said, I'm going to put you in a hole in the rock, and when I'm passing, when my face is passing, I will cover you with my palm, so that you'll survive. A person cannot see me and go on living. He says, only when I'm going to pass, I'm going to take off my palm, and you'll see my back. Because the B'chinas Acharayim, a person can see it, because it's a stir. A B'chinas Ponim, such an exposure, not possible to exist. And this is Sakosi Chapai Alecha, I will cover you with my palm, because without it, it would hurt Moshe Rabbeinu, it would damage him. A person cannot see me and go on living. You see my back. That's what David asked. And after honor you'll take me, you will be mekarev me with the same iskarvus that you brought Moshe Rabbeinu closer. Moshe said, show me your covet. And he showed him the behind side of the covet, not the front of the covet. As it says, I'll cover you with my palm, and you will see the side of my back. And when it goes to a person, this is isnagdus haratzin. This is the ratzin, acting up. means I want things to be so, and lo and behold, it goes the opposite of what I want. Shalok said, and this is a milchama, that's a war. In every milchama, it means this is a clashing of ritzainus. I want this. And reality says, a fig and a fig. You ain't getting it. So this is Loka Seder. And the mitzvah says, Kitzei la milchama. In other words, when you go to aloivecha, this is in the Pashas of Yifas Toar. Should you go out to a war aloivecha, on your enemy? In other words, when things are going not the way you want it. Now there's nagdus haros, and a clashing of the rotzim. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to give your enemy in your hand. In other words, that all the ritzonos will be cancelled. All those that clash with yours will be cancelled. When? How can you bring this about to be? When you capture his hostage. In other words, when you will become, when you will bring a lakus, avav alfen, then this is, machshava is chashov ma. This says, she says, always connect your machshava to the godness of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. מבחינת מלך אסור ברעתים ראי בעית מויכין דלך. It says מלך אסור ברעתים means a king that is enchained in straps. It says, so this is Shir HaShirim, מלך אסור ברעתים, a king that is enchained by straps. So Tikkun Azeh says this is the tefillin. The ritzus of the tefillin is like you're imprisoning, you're chaining Kadosh Baruch Hu to you. So it says, Rehitei de moichin delach. These are the straps of your moichin. In other words, when you fashion your point of view, your das, the way that you see the world, in such a way that you're connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it's as if you imprison HaKadosh Baruch Hu by you. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is always with you. He can't leave. Because your mind have a constraints. If you're a leftist, you only see things one way. If you're a rightist, you only see things this way. If you are a capitalist, you only see this way. If you are a communist, you only see things this way. You can't see things from both ways. The moach allows you to see things one way. Well, it's so difficult to see somebody else's point because you see things from your own eyes. But when you keep on connecting yourself to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it's as if you're forcing HaKadosh Baruch Hu to be by you. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is like a prisoner by you, quote unquote, of the B'snei Ratzon. He wants it. So Melech Asur B'Ra'at, a Melech that is in prison, by the way, Rehatim also means the way that your mind thinks. The straps of your mind means the paths along which your mind works. You know how to say, think good, it'll be good. You know, you think bad, that'll be bad. You know, it's like the way that your mind works, this is the thing that captures the reality. If you're thinking about, if you're mekashis after Kodesh Baruch Hu all the time, Kodesh Baruch Hu is there all the time. That you'll capture, you know, his prisoner, that you will take Ma, which is Shem Yud Kei Vav Kei B'Milul Alfen. That's, you know, that's the Olam Abriya. That's B'chinas HaKadosh Baruch Hu Keviyachol. Inside your machshava, you're connecting the godliness of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in your machshava, because everything comes from that comes from a high place to a low place is called capturing. It's called, what do you mean capturing? We're in a low place to a high place, that's called capturing? It's called capturing. It's called elevating. When they take a person from the slums, and they put him all the way in the palace. It's not, the palace captured a person from the slums. They don't say that. But if someone from the slums captures somebody from the palace, that's a capture. That's a Chevy, right? When a low place takes from a high place, that's called a Chevy. That's called capturing. From my army to take from your army, that's a capturing. But somebody from a low army, to go to a high army, that's not a capturing. That's Adarbe, it's being elevated, getting up the dargot, getting the falafeling, getting the rank. Vishavita shivyo means you capture that which is above you and you capture down into your machshava. And this will cancel all the milchomas, this will cancel all the wars, and all the ritzonis that clash against your rotzin. And this soid is alluded to in Etzchaim Ba'akdomo, in Klal Yutes, the Kavonos of Rosh Chodesh Elul. This is Adkan the Likutei Halachot Kedusha, and this is how the Kitzur Likutei Halachot puts it together, and it's very pertinent because he puts it in a way that is very lemaisadik. Aleph, when a person sees that things are not going the way he wants, he should know that he has gaiva. He should do tshuva and lower himself and become ma, and things will go to say. Siman Beis, the main tshuva is the Chodesh Elul. During the Chodesh Elul, because these are the main rotzim. Moshe Rabbeinu went up to get the last luchos, and he got the derech kavusha l'rabim. He paved the way for everybody. And the way that Moshe Rabbeinu did tshuva is connecting himself with the lowest person in Am Yisrael. Because every person in Am Yisrael has godliness in him, has divinity and divine spark in him. And like this, you can connect with yourself because you connect yourself to the godliness which exists in him. Also, it's necessary that every aliyah that you have, the higher that you go, you find a Kodesh Baruch Hu there. Because sometimes we see the person goes up, he becomes rich, he forgets a Kodesh Baruch Hu. You never use Hashem. We saw Elisha Acher, he went into the Pardes, he got to the highest spiritual levels possible. Kofar Be'ikar, he became a heretic. Even though really it should have been fakir. But you should know that this comes from this essence that Vatichena Einam Yiros, his eyes were dimmed from sight. You get too close to the sun, you become blinded. Because you get so close to the light of Elokus, even the good in the Gashmis is really Elokus, because Tov Hashem Lakol. All the goodness in any level is from Hashem. So obviously the goodness in Ruchnius, but even the goodness in Gashmius, that usually brings people down. It's also what people call it good food. Where did the goodness come from? It's a lakus that has fallen down into the Gashmius. And what this does, this causes the light to hurt the eyes, to dim the eyes. The eyes don't have the capacity to serve so much light. It's like a person who looks directly at the sun, and it hurts him. That's why a person has to ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu, please bring me close to you in an escarvus that will not harm me. That's a beautiful, beautiful side. But everybody should remember. What should be Mekar of me? Be Mekar of me, even though the Melech asked us. Be Mekar of me in escarvus that will not harm me.
Is that not a little bit chutzpah?
No.
I want to be close to you, but be easy on me. You can't tell Hashem.
No. Should be safe. Because there's Yetzirah, and Yasel Allah Sel Hashem. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says to Moshe, we're going to come give the Torah, but you have to put the border around Mount Sinai. Why? Pen Yasul Allah Sel Hashem, because people will get so excited in such ecstasy, they'll barge to go to Hashem and they'll die. There's the Yetzer Hara, because the Yetzer Hara has two modes.
Alright.
First, it tries to keep you, stay away from this. You need this. Come on. It's not for you. No. You're way beyond that. I mean, you're a normal person. Yeah, hold them in the yeshuvas. It's not to become a wrestler. It's crazy. So that's the first thing, is to try to keep you
Away.
away.
Yeah.
If you're in action and you don't listen to him, so he goes the opposite way.
Okay.
Quick, go on, Kabbalah, Chatzais, this, Vasikin, go, yeah, you're great, with Hashem, do it. It's called Riboy Or. That's too much light. You have to be, but you understand that you have to daven HaKadosh Baruch to save you from the regular tzara that keeps you away, right? So you're the same way, you have to daven to HaKadosh Baruch Hu to bring you close in a safe manner. It's not chutzpah.
I thought, sometimes Hashem wakes you up, like something bad happens to you and you get a wake-up call.
Yeah, no, I understand. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a normal way, that's, as Shlomo HaMelech said, even Begashmias, obviously it's true in Ruchnias. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehakol v'goyim. Darling, you're coffee.
Mine kind.
It's a jolt.
Yours is a different thing. His is a different thing. Each one has a mile off his own. That Shlomo HaMelech says, Lo oisher v'lo rash atrifeini lechem chuyki. He says, don't make me rich and don't make me poor. Give me what I need as I need it. That's true begashmis, that's true beruchnius. Not rich, not poor. Give me what I need. So, in Gashmis, it means for a lifetime. Adrabah, verkehrt, I should need less and less and less and less. Because the more dependent you are on Gashmis, the less flexible you are. In the olden times, as we heard Rav Bunker say, in the olden times, people, they live in the house, there was a hole in the wall. It's okay. I mean, he got the house from his grandfather, but his grandfather's time there was already a hole in the wall. So that's the way people live. You had a little bread, a little water, fine. You can be an Avodah Hashem. Today, I need a conditioner, and I need 100 megabyte internet, and I need, I need asada for the chont. I mean, neck meat is not good enough. And chicken liver, without chicken liver? How can you be without chicken liver?
What's the matter with you?
Not gal. What are you talking about? And the steak has to be a steak. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? You overcooked it? How dare you?
Yeah, but what, I'm going to take this little dinky little thing. You call it a steak? It's not a steak, it's a mistake. I mean, that's not, how can you call it a steak? I mean, it's a joke. So the more you get used to Gashmias, the less you are able, to go to Ruchnias. So even Bagashmias is saying, don't give me too much, don't give me too little, because when you have too little, you're busy running after money all day long. Ruchnias, it's a different thing. Ruchnias, you have to go up all the time, but it has to be measured, because if you don't have kalim, you don't have with what to contain the light. Ribui Or, it means there's too much light for my ability to process it, to contain it. So teach me one step at a time. Slow. Let me ask the stupid questions, you explain it to me, and understand. Because if I ask a question, that's not shaykh, that means that until now my mind was such that, I didn't have the kelim. Now that I explain, I got it, okay, now I have the kelim, now I can move on. It's kaseda, so a person should always ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but mekarav him in a way that doesn't hurt him. And the same thing with all the readers in the world, chas v'shalom. Even the lowest rung, a person can get terribly low. Even in the 10 kesers of the tumah itself. In other words, not only your tumah, you're the king of tumah. You're like
Right.
you're the one who gets the max salary by the tumah. You're the numero uno. You're the number one pick. You're it. You're Mr. Big. Even there you have to make the Kodesh Baruch Hu. Ki malchusoi b'kol mashallah. Now, when you're going to be Pchinas Ma, when you lower your gaiva, you're Pchinas Ma, v'nachnu ma, what? I mean, I'm a nothing. I'm a question mark. I'm not an is. I'm not a this. I'm a ma. I'm not just. Yeah, you're telling me that who am I to make myself into a big shot? I'm a nothing. What big shot are you talking about? I'm nothing. This is ma. Ma, if you remember, is Gematria, Avaya, Milo, Elfin, right? When you are making yourself ma, so humble, you are mamshich alakus to you. And it says that you will connect your mind to Lakus HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and that will cancel out all the milchamas against you, all the clashing ritzonos against your ritzonos will be misbatel. In the beginning, you go through a process. I don't want that. I didn't want this. I didn't want this mitzias. I didn't want to be out of a job. I didn't want to be, not that intelligent as other people. I didn't want to be not as handsome as other people. I didn't want to be born to parents who do this. I didn't want this. I didn't want that. Whatever it is. But hey, guess what? That's what I have. So once you mikash yourself to a lakus, the first thing it does is it makes it sweeter. It doesn't bother you. You have serenity, as they say in AA. You have the serenity to accept the things you can't change. You can't change the way you are. You can't change, the things around you. But when you're mekashet to Kodesh Baruch Hu, it's not just that I'm serene, it's okay, that's the way things are, I can change them, so it's okay. A stoic. That's the Greek way of thinking. Just be mevatel all your tzonius, accept things the way they are. You're cool. No, you're mekashet to Kodesh Baruch Hu. You believe Kodesh Baruch Hu knows what he's doing. It's difficult, it's okay. So it's like it's like a blood test. I'm getting pricked. It's for my own good. As time goes by, it changes your reality. Suddenly, you are allowing the Kodesh Baruch Hu to get in you. One of the biggest secrets that people go looking for jobs, the big mistakes that they make, is to argue about a salary. They go, what? How much are you going to give me? This is usually, unless they're very, do it, Mr. Big, and you're overqualified, whatever it is, then b'vakasha. But truth of the matter is that you'll ultimately get as much as you're worth. If you come in demanding a salary of a vice president, and actually all you can do as a boy, of a mailroom boy, even today there's no mailroom, so an email boy or whatever, email room boy. Every time you're going to walk, the boss is going to see you. What do you think he's going to think? How do you think you're going to have it in this company? How long do you think you're going to last in that company? The same thing, if you come to a company, they pay you what they want. If you're worth more than that, how long do you think that's going to last? Mima nafshach. If you're worth more than that, they're going to lose you. And they refuse to pay because all they see is themselves. They're going to lose you. And if they have seichel and they see that you're really good, they're going to give you promotion. They're going to give you a raise. There has to be a certain balance between what you're worth and what you're getting. So when you go to a job interview, if you tell them, you pay me, what's comfortable, what's commensurate with this particular position, what you expect things to be, when you're saying, you pay me what you want, you're letting Kodesh Baruch Hu come into your life. The secret of success in getting a job is tell them, you pay me what's comfortable for you to pay. If I work out, I'll get more. If I won't make more, eventually I will move on.
Today we do live in a different world.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Today it's all about, company cares about themselves.
The company, because a company cares about itself.
So you have to fight for yourself also.
No, you don't have to fight.
Altje Freier.
What?
Altje Freier.
No. Altje Freier is the Ashkof of Freierim. No. Altje Freier is exactly that.
But you live in a world that you have to fight for what you want.
No. We always live in a world that says that you have to fight. You live in a world that you have to be mekashes of the Kodesh Baruch Hu.
Of course.
And then the Ritzonos will become what you want. They become believe me. It's like, the people say that the person that has more money in elections in America has an advantage in being elected. One of the smartest American politicians, he has a bad reputation, but one of the smartest ones was Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon. He was a real smart cookie. Really, really smart. He was exceptionally brilliant. And they asked him about money in politics. He says, the role of money in politics is way overblown. He says, a good candidate will never lack money.
And then people will pay him.
It goes both ways.
Right.
If you're good, you'll make money. If you're not good, you're not going to make money. You can fight until the cows come home. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. Ad kan, pay base, wait, we're going to a little bit of